Okay, in this lesson we're going to be looking at polygons on a coordinate plane. So we're going to take some ordered pairs and put it on a coordinate plane. So let's take a look at the example and what it's telling us to do. So you can use the coordinates of a figure to find its dimensions by finding the distance between 2 points. To find the distance between 2 points with the same x coordinates, subtract the y coordinates. To find the distance between 2 points with the same y coordinates, subtract the x coordinates. So let's take a look at the example. They gave us the order pairs of 2, 8, so we're going to run to 2 and put a dot on 8 and label it A. Then for B, we're going to run to 7 and jump to 8 and label it B. C, we're running to 7, jumping to 5. And for D, we're running to 2 and jumping to 5. Then you connect it. When you connect it, you figure out that it is a rectangle. And then we're going to find the perimeter. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how they got 5 there. If it's 5 here, it's going to be 5 up here. And then 1, 2, 3. So you get 3. And then you just add them all together and you have the perimeter of 16 because 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. And 13 plus 3 is 16. Remember, when it's just on a graph like that, the label you're going to give is units. Not squared though on this side because this is the perimeter side. Okay, sometimes they don't give you a graph and you're going to have to use the subtraction method like I talked about above. If you have a hard time with that, you can always just make a little graph off to the side and put it on one. So we're going to use the coordinates and we go 2, 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 4, 1. So we're going to use A and B, and they got 5 minus 1 by subtracting the y's. So 5 minus 1 is 4. And then to get from C, D, you have 4 minus 1. Not 4, sorry, that's a 5 minus 1, and you get 4. So that's good that each of the widths is 4 because on a rectangle, it needs to be the same on those sides. And then we're going to do the x's. So you have 4 minus 2 is 2, and then 4 minus 2 is 2. So we have 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 4 plus 2, so 6 plus 6 is 12. If you have a hard time that way, just make a little graph, and that can really help you out. Okay, let's look at letter A. We're going to use the coordinates to find the length of each side, then find the perimeter of the rectangle. So I'm going to show the subtraction way. I'm going to start with finding the width, so I'm going to look at 6 and 8. So 8 minus 6 is 2. And then again we have 8 minus 6 equals 2, so that's 4. Now we're going to look at the x's. So I have 7 minus 3 is 4, and 7 minus 3 equals 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12 units. Okay, on this one down here, I'm going to show you how to, if you have a hard time with this one, to make like a little fake graph to do it, or coordinate plane. So I'm going to make a little fake guy right here. This is my y, this is my x. And I need to go all the way up to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then to 8. 1, 2, so I'm only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our first one we ran 1, 4. So ran 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 9. Then we're going to run to 8 and jump to 9. And I should be labeling these, which I didn't. And then 8 to 4. Okay, so from 1 to 8, that's 7. So that means we're 7 up here. And then on this one, we go from 4 to 9. So this is 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. 7 plus 7 is 14. 10 plus 14 is 24 units. Or you could do subtraction with it and you'd get the same type of thing. We'll do another subtraction one down here on the bottom so I can show you how to do that. The coordinates of the vertices of a garden are 0, 1, 0, 4, 8, 4, and 8, 1. So I'm going to start by doing my x's. So I have 4 minus 1, because the biggest number has to go first. And then 4 minus 1. And that's 6. Now let's do our x's. And we're going to do kind of like the opposite here. We have this one and this one. So 8 minus 0 is 8. And then 8 minus 0 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 6 plus 16 . 6. We get 22. But it says it represents 12, so we have to do 22 times 12. So we get 4, 4, our 0, and 2 and 2. So we get 264 inches on this one. Okay, let's take a look at area instead this time. We're going to find the area. You can find the area figure that has been drawn on grid paper or graphed on a coordinate plane. So on this one, if you see, it's kind of a weird shape. That means it's going to be a composite figure where there's two shapes. So you have to find the area of the rectangle and then the area of a trapezoid. So let's take a look at our first one. This is a parallelogram, and our formula for parallelogram is area equals base times height. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, so 3 times 2, we get 6 units, and we're squaring this one because it is area. Let's take a look down here at this one. Graph the figure and classify it, then find its area. So first let's put it on the graph. So A is 3, 3. We're going to run to 3 and jump. We're going to label it A. B, run to 3, jump to 6, label it B. C, we're going to run to 5 and jump to 6 and label it C. Then we're going to run to 8 and jump to 3. Okay, this is a trapezoid. And we didn't really go over how to find a trapezoid earlier, but I'll kind of do that with you. Okay, so the formula for this is area equals a half height and then B1 plus B2. So it's kind of a longer formula, but it's okay because we're not really going to be using it that much. So we're going to start off by finding the height. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put a half times 3, and then we have 1, 2 for base 1, and then for base 2 we have 5. So we're going to do a half times 3. 2 plus 5 is 7. 3 times 7 is 21. And to multiply a fraction by a whole number, we put a 1 under it. And then we're just going to multiply straight across. So we have 21 over 2. And that's an improper fraction, so we need to change that. So we're going to do 21 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. And 2 goes into 1 0 times. You can either take it into a mixed number right now, make it 10.5 units squared because it is area, you have to square it. Or you can take it into a decimal by adding a decimal and a 0 and get 10.5. I will take either one of those. It's the same thing. One's just a decimal and one's a fraction. So either one of those are fine. Again, we're not going to be doing very many trapezoids, so if that one's hard for you, it's okay. We'll be doing those ones together. We're going to be focusing on triangles, rectangles, and parallelograms, and maybe sometimes squares, but squares are pretty easy to do.